Your dog just licked your hand. You smiled and called it a kiss. But what if I told you that lick might not be love at all? What if, in that exact moment, your dog was trying to tell you something you've been missing every single day? Here's the truth most dog owners never find out. A lick is not a single message. It is a sentence. And until you learn to read the whole sentence, the timing, the body language, what happens right before and right after, you will always misread your dog. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what every lick means. And we will run a live lick test that will tell you whether your dog's lick is love, attention, or a silent cry for help. This is Canine Decode. Let's get into it. Now before we go any further, think about the last time your dog licked you. Where was it? Your hand? Your face? Your feet? That location already tells us something. Drop it in the comments right now, just one word, hand, face, or feet. We will decode it together. And if you want to catch the small things your dog does before they become big behavior problems, subscribe to this channel. That is exactly what we do here, every single week. Here is something most people never think about. When your dog licks your hand, they are not just being affectionate. They are scanning you, chemically. Your skin carries an invisible library of information. Salt crystals from your sweat, traces of food you touched 3 hours ago, pheromones that reflect your emotional state, cortisol markers that indicate your stress level, and even scent residue from every person, animal, or place you encountered that day. To decode all of this, dogs have a biological advantage that humans simply do not possess. Inside the roof of a dog's mouth sits the vomeronasal organ, also known as Jacobson's organ. When your dog licks your skin, it is not just tasting, it is channeling chemical signals directly to a dedicated part of its brain that processes social and emotional data. This is separate from ordinary smell. It is a second, specialized sensory system designed entirely for reading other beings. So here is what is actually happening when your dog rushes to lick you the moment you walk through the door. They are not performing a greeting ritual. They are running a full diagnostic. They are detecting changes in your cortisol level that tell them whether you had a hard day. They are identifying the scent of an unfamiliar dog on your jeans. They are noting that the cologne you wore this morning is slightly different from yesterday's. They are not just happy to see you. They are reading everything the world wrote on your body today. This is why some dogs lick longer, sniff more intensely, and stay closer on days when something about you has changed. To your dog, scent is not background noise. Scent is the headline. Now let's talk about the reason that feels almost too simple, but is actually one of the most powerful forces shaping your dog's behavior every day. Licking works. And your dog figured that out a long time ago. Think back to the very first time your dog licked you. What did you do? You probably looked down. You said their name in a warm voice. You laughed. You reached out and scratched behind their ears. Maybe you put your phone down. Maybe you said, "Ah," without even realizing it. And from your dog's perspective, that was a jackpot. This is the science of operant conditioning, the idea that behaviors which produce rewards get repeated. Your dog did not sit down and plan this. But over days and weeks, their brain made a clear connection. Licking this specific human produces immediate, reliable attention. So licking became a button. And they press it whenever they need something. A slow lick on your hand while you are working means, "I'm here. Don't forget me." A persistent lick on your leg while you talk on the phone means, "Come back. I need you right now." A lick near your face when you lean down means, "Closer. I want connection." And here is the part that surprises people. This is not manipulation. It is not your dog being sneaky or dominant. It is your dog being brilliant. They found the one small, quiet behavior that almost always pulls you back into the moment. That is communication. That is intelligence. But here is the catch. If you respond every single time without reading what your dog actually needs, you are training them to lick more, not less. You are confirming that the button always works. And a dog who has learned that the button always works will press it constantly. This is why the most important skill you can build is not stopping the lick. It is reading why the lick is happening. Keep watching. That skill is exactly what we are building right now. Here is where dog behavior gets genuinely fascinating, and where most owners miss something important. Sometimes your dog is not licking you to get something. They are licking you to give you something. Specifically, calm. Dogs are extraordinarily sensitive to emotional energy. They notice micro changes in your voice long before the words make sense to them. They read tension in your posture. They feel the shift in a room when two people argue, when a baby cries, or when you come home carrying the weight of a difficult day. In canine ethology, the scientific study of dog behavior, there is a well-documented category called appeasement signals, sometimes also called calming signals. These are behaviors dogs use to reduce social tension. And licking is one of the most common ones. When your dog licks your hand after you raise your voice, they are not being submissive in a fearful way. They are actively trying to de-escalate the moment. When they lick your face right after you come home tense, they are not greeting you, they are regulating you. The lick is not saying, "I love you." The lick is saying, "I feel what you're feeling and I need us both to come back to safety." This matters enormously. Because if you read a calming lick as simple affection, you miss the real message. Your dog is stressed or they sense that you are and they are working hard to fix it. Watch for this pattern. Licking that happens right after tension, right after a sharp sound, right after correction, or right after any emotional shift in the room. That lick is not love in the traditional sense. It is empathy expressed the only way a dog knows how. This is the reason that matters most, and the one that is most often overlooked entirely. Sometimes your dog is not licking you to communicate anything. They are licking because the act itself makes them feel better. Biologically better. Measurably better. Here is the science. Repetitive, rhythmic licking triggers the release of endorphins and dopamine in the dog's brain. These are the same neurochemicals associated with pleasure, calm, and relief. At the same time, licking suppresses the stress hormone cortisol. This means that when your dog licks, your hand, your leg, even the couch, their brain is actively medicating itself. Licking is a built-in biological stress relief system. In behavioral science, this is called a displacement behavior, an action an animal takes not to accomplish an external goal, but to manage an internal emotional state. And when you see it, it looks different from every other type of licking. A comfort lick is slow, rhythmic, almost trance-like. If you gently interrupt your dog, they stop easily, look up, and may settle on their own. That is fine. That is healthy. That is your dog using a natural tool to regulate themselves. But a stress lick looks and feels completely different. It is fast. It is repetitive in a way that feels compulsive. It is difficult to redirect. And it comes packaged with other signals. A body that looks tense or rigid, ears pulled flat against the skull, eyes that scan the room restlessly, panting that does not match the temperature, an inability to settle even in a quiet space. If you are seeing that pattern, this is not affection. This is your dog telling you, as loudly as they possibly can without words, that something in their world is wrong. The lick test. Read your dog right now. You do not need to be a professional trainer to tell these apart. You just need to look at one thing. The body, not the lick. Type 1. The love lick. Body is completely loose. Eyes are soft and slightly squinted. Tail moves in a gentle, relaxed sweep. After a few licks, your dog naturally settles. Lies down, sighs, rests. This is genuine bonding. Enjoy every second of it. Type 2. The attention lick. Dog licks once or twice, then immediately locks eyes with you. May nudge your hand upward with their nose. May paw at you, whine softly, or shift position to get closer. Body is alert but not tense. This lick has a goal, you. Type 3. The stress lick. Licking is fast, repetitive, and difficult to interrupt. Body may be stiff. Ears are back. Eyes scan rather than focus. Dog cannot settle even when licking stops. May return to licking compulsively. This needs your attention, not just your hand. Comment 1, 2, or 3 right now. Which type does your dog do most? Love lick, attention lick, or stress lick? I read every single comment. Let's figure this out together. What to actually do, the right response for every lick. Now that you can read the lick, here is how to respond in a way that actually helps your dog and strengthens your relationship at the same time. Never punish the lick. Shouting, pushing your dog away, or reacting with frustration does not stop the licking. It adds stress on top of whatever already triggered it. If the lick is a stress signal, your frustration doubles the problem. If it is attention-seeking, your sharp reaction is still a reaction. The button still worked. For the love lick, receive it. Let your body relax. Make eye contact. Breathe slowly. Your dog is sharing a moment of real connection with you. Be present for it. These moments matter more than you realize for your dog's sense of security. For the attention lick, do not reward the lick directly. Instead, wait a beat, then ask for a calm behavior. Sit down, go to your mat. When your dog responds to that request, give them what they wanted, your full attention, your eye contact, your hands. You are teaching them that calm behavior is the path to connection, not demanding behavior. For the stress lick, reduce the intensity of the environment first. Lower your voice. Slow your movements. Create a quieter physical space. Then offer a constructive outlet for the licking urge. A lick mat with a small amount of peanut butter or wet food, a frozen Kong, or a long-lasting chew. These tools satisfy the neurological need for repetitive licking while giving the brain something safe and focused to work on. They actively lower cortisol. They are not distractions, they are medicine. The goal is never to stop licking entirely. The goal is to understand the message, and to respond in a way that actually meets your dog's need, rather than accidentally rewarding the wrong behavior or missing a real cry for help. So the next time your dog licks you, pause for just 2 seconds before you react. Look at the body. Is it loose or tense? Are the eyes soft or scanning? Did the lick come out of nowhere or did something happen right before? Because the lick is only the first word. The body tells the whole story. Tell me in the comments, what does your dog do right before they lick you, and what do they do right after? That pattern alone will reveal whether this is love, attention, or comfort seeking. I will decode your dog's pattern right there in the replies. Thank you for watching. This is Canine Decode.